gotta ask you a question. The hat, it's one thing to wear the hat backwards. Do you have an afro under that or something? It looks very, very high.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Hey, that's none of your damn business, okay? Whatever's going on up under my hat is none of your business. The only information that you need to know is that I don't have a mushroom on the top of my head like you. That's right, Stephen A. I have a cut from this year.
That's right, Stephen A. Kevin Hart never misses a chance to deliver a fearless clapback, and this year was no different. Known for his lightning-fast wit and no-holds-barred humor, Hart has roasted everyone from Hollywood elites to superstar athletes, leaving no one safe from his sharp tongue. Whether he's on stage, courtside, or on live television, Kevin's energy commands attention and laughter. And when the topic turns to the NBA, fans may argue endlessly about stats, titles, or MVPs. But when it comes to the funniest laugh, that honor undeniably belongs to Kawhi Leonard. Of course, Kawhi's infamous deadpan humor and robotic tone make him a comedic goldmine, even unintentionally. When asked to open up about himself, Kawhi gave his now iconic response. "I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball," before awkwardly trailing off, unsure how to continue. The silence that followed was instantly filled by Kevin Hart's uncontrollable laughter and priceless reaction, perfectly capturing why their interactions remain unforgettable moments in sports and comedy alike. Kevin Hart's comedy thrives on the kind of moments where he can turn even the most bizarre situations into pure gold. When someone mentions Kawhi Leonard's infamous laugh, Kevin can't help but erupt, not out of malice, but sheer disbelief. "It's not even a laugh," he cracks, barely holding it together between bursts of laughter. "It's like an outburst. If someone laughed like that in the front row of my show, I'd have to punch him in the face." That's classic Kevin. Quick, observational, and always willing to take a joke just far enough to make everyone lose it. But Kevin doesn't stop there. He's known for going after everyone with equal opportunity humor, even his closest friends. He roasts Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with that legendary line about a tattoo that supposedly reads, "Come on." The crowd howls and Kevin just grins. Another hit landed. Then he pivots, seamlessly turning real-life celebrity drama into comedic brilliance. Talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's headline-making divorce, Kevin quips, "Kim got the house, and Kanye got the stadium." He dives into the absurdity of Kanye literally living in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, joking like a sports commentator giving a house tour. This expletive really did move in. He imagines Kanye finishing a game and saying, "I'm about to go downstairs, go to bed. Tell them to wrap this basketball stuff up. I got a big day tomorrow." It's that perfect Kevin Hart delivery, fast, expressive, and exaggerated, turning celebrity chaos into comedy that everyone can laugh at. Kevin Hart has built his career on fearless, rapid-fire comedy, and no one, not even his closest friends, is safe from his roasting. When it comes to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin's favorite target, the jokes practically write themselves. With that mischievous grin, Kevin dives right in. You want to know where the eyebrow raise came from? It came from the reaction people have when he says, "Hello." Then comes the knockout punch. "That's what The Rock is cooking. Breath." It's pure Hart, sharp, ridiculous, and delivered with the kind of energy that leaves audiences doubled over. But Kevin doesn't always need a punchline to get laughs. With someone like Sofia Vergara, all it takes is a look. During an interview, Sofia passionately describes her acting challenges, her accent, her walk, her dedication, and Kevin just sits there, wide-eyed, looking like he's barely holding back laughter. Then, with perfect timing, he cuts in, "I feel like you're being judged right now." When Sofia fires back with, "Yeah, I'm Colombian, but we don't get high on our own supply," the crowd erupts. It's effortless chemistry, two comic powerhouses feeding off each other's timing and charm, and then there's Tom Brady, the golden boy of football, living proof that even the most untouchable figures can end up in Kevin's comedic crosshairs. Hart jokes, "Tom had it all, championships, money, Giselle, and she still left him for the jiu-jitsu coach." He pushes further, connecting it back to Brady's career. "You left Bill Belichick high and dry, then you won another ring in Tampa. But sometimes to find your happiness, you gotta bleep your coach." And guess who else did? Giselle. The audience loses it, but Tom didn't find it quite as funny. Later, he admitted he regretted participating in the roast, saying, "I loved when the jokes were about me. I didn't like how it affected my kids." Still, Kevin Hart doesn't shy away from uncomfortable truths, even about himself. He'll be the first to joke about aging, proudly exaggerating every ache and wrinkle. "Like I said, man, I'm 56 years old," he laughs, leaning into the irony. That's the essence of Kevin Hart's comedy. No one's off limits, not his friends, not celebrities, not even himself. It's that relentless honesty, paired with his wild delivery, that keeps him one of the funniest voices in entertainment. Kevin Hart's comedy is built on lightning-fast reactions and the kind of chemistry that makes even the smallest moments explode with laughter. Take that now legendary damn exchange, pure gold in real time. Kevin blurts something out, instantly realizing how it might have sounded, and backtracks the only way he knows how, by doubling down with humor. "It was a thought and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way," he insists, trying to clean it up. But his co-host isn't letting him off easy, replaying the damn with forensic precision. "Play it back. These are two different dams." Kevin tries to defend himself, voice dropping lower each time. "I said damn it, not damn." The whole bit turns into an unintentional masterclass in comic timing, a conversation so awkward, it becomes hilarious. That quick wit carries right into his friendly feuds with stars like Mark Wahlberg. When Mark teases him about being a young guy looking up to older legends, Kevin's instantly offended in the funniest way. "Who ain't that young? Hold up, let's just wait a minute." Mark keeps it playful, but Kevin refuses to take the kid label, firing back with mock indignation and a smirk. It's that dynamic, the back-and-forth roast energy, that makes their friendship such perfect comedy fuel. Kevin Hart's comedy thrives on that unpredictable edge, the fine line between roasting and regret, and he's never been afraid to dance right on top of it. Whether it's standing next to Snoop Dogg at a roast, poking fun at Michael Jordan courtside, or heckling NBA stars from the front row, Kevin's mouth has gotten him into as much trouble as it has brought him laughs. At the roast, he and Snoop were in peak form, a matchup that always guarantees chaos. Snoop took his swings, but Kevin flipped it back with ease. "You used to be called the dog because you were wild with the ladies. Now you're called a dog because you sleep all day in the sunspot on the living room floor." The crowd lost it, and even Snoop had to bow to the king of comebacks. But Kevin doesn't just dish it out on stage, he takes his humor courtside, where his mouth becomes a weapon. When he spotted Michael Jordan in the front row, he couldn't resist. "What age do you get to when it's okay to wear your pants that high and nobody says anything?" He even clowned MJ's mustache, calling it a thumbprint. But when the laughter stopped and Jordan's stare turned ice cold, Kevin realized he'd made a mistake. "He was looking at me like, you gonna keep going?" Kevin recalled. "That's when I knew I needed to shut up." Still, you can't tell Kevin Hart to stop talking, not when he's in his element. At a Philadelphia 76ers game, he decided to heckle James Harden just for fun. "Your beard stinks." "I hate your calves. You got butt shots," Kevin yelled from the sideline. Harden fired back, "Remember all this, I'm about to cook you." And boy, did he. Harden went on to drop 55 points, torching Kevin's hometown team. With a minute left in the blowout, Harden dribbled at half court, staring right at Kevin and said, "Tell your team what you did." Kevin could only sit there, shaking his head, realizing his own jokes had helped the other team win. That's the beauty of Kevin Hart. Win or lose, he turns every misstep into a story worth laughing at. Whether he's trading blows with Snoop, poking the bear with Jordan, or trash-talking Harden into a career night, Kevin doesn't back down. His comedy lives in that space where confidence meets chaos. And somehow, he always finds the punchline. James went on to score 55 points. Kevin Hart's blend of fast-talking wit and fearless energy makes him a one-man comedy wrecking crew, and the chaos that follows him is always gold. Whether he's roasting legends, sparring with analysts, or clowning around with athletes, Kevin's mouth never quits, even when it probably should. After heckling James Harden into one of the hottest games of his career, Kevin had to sit courtside and eat his words. Harden dropped 55 points, humiliated the Sixers, and with a minute left, stared directly at Kevin before saying, "Tell your team what you did." Kevin could only slump in his seat, muttering, "Oh, keep your mouth shut." But of course, he didn't. Back on air, he started impersonating Stephen A. Smith, loud, overconfident, and dramatic, proving that all he really needs to do to sound like a sports analyst is point to himself and talk in circles. Let me tell you something, Skip. I'm not going to talk about the sarity of this man and the sarity that he does. The audience was in tears, and even Stephen A. couldn't keep a straight face. When the two actually sat down together, sparks flew. Stephen puffed up his ego, claiming fans stop him everywhere to debate and congratulate him. Kevin shot him down instantly. You're lying! Nobody comes up to you. Stephen A. Smith doesn't have one fan. Not one. There's never been a request for a picture or a debate. The room erupted, the perfect Kevin Hart punch hitting fast and funny. And when Stephen tried to recover, Kevin hit him again. You need the rest of your mustache back, man. There's too much space up there. Even Stephen had to laugh. He'd been verbally dunked on live. But Kevin's greatest rival and best partner has always been Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Their roast battles are legendary, a blend of brotherly love and brutal honesty. When The Rock introduced himself as the champ during an interview, Kevin barely let him finish before firing back, mocking his serious tone and muscles with his classic high-energy delivery. You sound like you're doing a documentary on yourself, Dwayne. Nobody asked for that. It's pure comedy chemistry. The Rock plays the straight man, and Kevin runs wild. And just when you think he's done, Kevin somehow finds himself on Inside the NBA alongside legends like Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaq, fitting right in with his chaotic charm. When he cheerfully signs off with, "And if you're Jewish, happy harmonica." Everyone on set loses it. It's that perfect Kevin Hart touch, fast, unfiltered, and impossible not to laugh at. That's why Kevin Hart remains unstoppable, whether he's roasting icons, mocking sports analysts, or joking his way into and out of trouble. He turns every moment into a laugh-filled spectacle that only he could deliver.